Hey girl, thanks for letting me do your hair. I know that you just broke up with your boyfriend, so what happened? You can tell me while I play with your hair a little bit so that you can relax. Oh, really? When was this? How long has it been? Was this like out of nowhere, or did you see this coming? Oh, wow. That's not very nice of him. Have you guys talked ever since? Yeah, that's typical. The ghosting, the ignoring, the blocking. So what do you think was the main problem here? You think you might have said something that, maybe made him mad? Or do you think it's just, I don't know, just him going through something? Like what really started this? Yeah, it's really hard sometimes, right? So are you planning to keep your distance, or are you planning to still talk to him? I mean, it's always good to give them their space. But I mean, if he made up his mind, like, I feel like usually when people come back, it's because, I mean, yes, they can miss us, but I feel like it can also be because whatever situation they left you for didn't really work out for them, right? So, for example, if they went after someone else, and sometimes it doesn't go as planned for them, in the moment it's exciting, and then it doesn't happen for them the way they hope it would, and then they're feeling lonely, right? And they want that attention again and that love, and here you are, waiting for them to call you, text you. So just make sure that that you don't fall for that, because the last thing you want is to be someone's toy. Like, you don't want to be the person they fall on, right? Like, oh, this didn't work out, let me go back to her. And sometimes we're so desperate for them to come back into our lives that deep down we know it's not the best thing for us, but here we are, giving them a second chance, even though we know that more than likely they're going to do it again. I mean, if he's the one that left, I would say, why even bother? Why even bother calling them, texting them, right? Like, they make that choice. And I feel like we are not respecting ourselves if we are there calling, texting. Like, I mean, think about it. Why do we have to go out of our way to convince that person that, hey, I am good enough. Hey, I love you. Hey, I miss you. Trust me, they know all of that. They know you love them. They know that you miss them. They know that you're going through it. If I'm being more honest, they even know that they destroy you. They know that right now you are in pieces. But they don't care. They just want to be free. Is it to go after someone else? Maybe. Is it because they saw someone that from their past? Could be. But they're not going to tell you that. You know? They're going to tell you a story of, I don't see this going anywhere. I don't think we're good for each other. And in the moment, it sounds realistic. You know, you believe it. But then time goes by, and then you realize that that's all a lie. The thing about people who break our hearts, I feel like they don't even have the respect to be honest with us. They can't even give us that. They have to lie. And the worst part is that they do it in their head, right? In their head, they're thinking, I have to do this so I don't break her heart. But there's nothing better than honesty. You know why? Imagine he left you for someone else, right? Of course that's going to break you. That's going to like paint this other picture of, you know, that you're like, what is this person? I don't recognize you. But the good thing about that is it's also going to open your eyes about them. And you're going to realize who they really are. And how them seeing someone from their past, or them, you know, maybe meet a new person, that could also be it, right? How easily they can let that, you know, interfere between the love of that you two have for each other. If they're willing to let someone else in, whether it's someone from their past or someone new, I mean, what kind of person are you? How much respect do you have for the relationship? How much love do you really have for me? You know? Because anyone is loving and caring in the beginning. But that's usually because it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. And then once they get comfortable, everything starts to change. And it could either change for the better or the worse. Sometimes I see that a lot in relationships, that people get comfortable and that's when they start to change. You know, once that excitement goes away, you know, the honeymoon stage goes away and it's just every day, you know, you love them. So for you, it's like, well, that hasn't gone away for you, right? But you know, unfortunately, some people get bored. Some people see, you know, exes. They meet new people. Sometimes, you know, they just want to try new things. And if you're attached to them, they feel like we're gonna rob them from that. You know, and isn't that crazy how at times we can be like so good for them and next thing you know, oh, you're not good for me, right? It's like, I feel like at that point, they're not being honest to themselves or to you. Especially when it's out of nowhere, that's when you know they're hiding something. Personally, that's what I believe. If they break up with you out of nowhere, you know, it wasn't like you cheated on them or something you did. It's just kind of like one day you just, you know, you think you're going to hang out with them and next thing you know, they're breaking up with you. I mean, they give you the story of, sorry, I just don't see this. And I think that's just typical. They see it as out of respect for you. Like, I cannot break her heart. I'm already going to break her heart by breaking up with her. The last thing I need is to tell her, hey, I met someone, or hey, I saw this person and I felt this kind of way when I saw them. But I could be wrong, but I just want you to keep that in mind, that most of the time when people break up with us, I feel like there's always another story, you know? Yes, what they're telling you is probably true, but there's also another story behind them. So don't let them fool you. It's so easily for them to fool us when we're so emotional. It's so easily for us to, you know, start going crazy in that moment. You know, we like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? You know, we don't want to believe it. We are so confused. But my advice to you would be like, if they're the ones that broke up with you, you don't need to be calling them. You don't need to be texting them. You don't need the closure that you want. I mean, sure you need it and sure you deserve it, but guess what? They're only going to tell you what they want to tell you. And most of the time, that means a lie. Because the last thing, I mean, think about it. Why would they talk bad about themselves? It's not common sense. Like, why would they do that? Why would they say to you, hey, by the way, I saw my ex and some girl I was dating, and I don't know, we started talking, and I think I want to, you know, try things out with her again. Why would they tell you that? Why would they tell you that they went somewhere and they met someone new, and why would they tell you that? You know, it just doesn't make sense. You know, most people tend to lie. And like I said, they want to make it seem like it's to protect your feelings. But in reality it's to protect their image. They don't want to be known as the bad person. They don't want to be known as the traitor, the cheater, because hey, maybe they didn't do anything with them. But something had to have happened. They must have to have a sit-down conversation with them, text, phone calls, something. That to them is innocent, right? Because they're like, well, you know, we didn't kiss. But if that conversation, the innocent conversation that they think they had, made him break up with you, then that's not an innocent conversation. That means he felt some kind of way, and instead of showing you that respect that he should have, but not talking to this person, he decided to entertain this girl, right? You know what the worst part about all of this is? That most of the time, when they break up with us to go with someone else, it never works out. And you want to know why it doesn't work out for them? Because they're so foolish jumping into this new relationship, right? And half the time, that girl is just using them because they're bored. It could be because they're heartbroken. And a lot of girls, you know what they do? They run to guys hoping to find that closure from their ex, you know? They're heartbroken. So what do? They start dating these guys. And these guys think that this girl is crazy about them. But in reality, they're just the medicine that girl needs in that moment. And here they are breaking up with you, you know, thinking that everything's going to be better now for them. And they're excited about this new relationship. And next thing you know, karma gets them. Karma gets them. Trust me on that one. karma gets them. I say respect yourself. Put yourself first. I know that when we love them, all we want to do is run to them and convince them of how wrong this breakup is. But they know who you are. They know you're a great person. They know you love them. But the excitement they feel for this new person or previous person is so much stronger. Not the love, the excitement. That they take a risk thinking that they're about to have this great new start. And in reality, it's just temporary. Trust me, I have, people that I know, and most of the time, it's just girls that are bored. It's just girls that are heartbroken. They take something so real, and unfortunately for us, they believe it. But if your ex is willing to do that to you, to leave you for someone else, could they just had fallen out of love? Sure, that could happen. It could even happen to you, But at the end of the day, they made a decision. And well, that decision broke your heart. And you're going to have to be very strong right now. You're going to have to, unfortunately cry yourself to sleep. But one thing you shouldn't do is disrespect yourself. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. You are good enough. And if that person thinks there's something better out there for him, guess what? Let them find out the hard way. Let them find out the hard way that what they had with you, that's once in a lifetime. But when that time comes for them, which will come for them, you might not even be available for him anymore. So I hope that this tough situation that you're going through, I hope that you soon, become strong and healed, because we deserve to be loved. We deserve to be cherished. We deserve respect. And if someone can dispose of us so easily, that's not a real man. You're not replaceable. You're not. You are gold. And don't forget that. Don't let anyone tell you any different. They're going to fall on their behind and find out the hard way what they had. Anyways, I hope this helped you a little bit. I hope that everything works out for you. I hope if this person truly loves you and cares about you, I hope they come back and realize how dumb this decision was. But I wish you the best. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.